Yes, I'm Patricia Thompson. I'm a registered nutritionist here in Jamaica. I also am an author. I have a number of consumer books, dietary culture relevant to the Caribbean, as well as textbooks and educational material for students in schools. So strictly speaking, I'm an educator, I'm an author. You know, I run a training program for persons, again, consumers interested in finding out the truths about nutrition, because there is so much out there in the media that's not really fully accurate. And for those who wish to get the real information, my course is the Functional Nutrition course, which will soon be online, available online. Right, pork belongs to a food group. We classify foods into groups according to their similarity in nutritional content. So pork is classified along with all the other foods from animals, which includes beef and chicken, milk, eggs, cheese. All of these are in the same food group. And they all can contribute to a healthy diet. What we need to look out for is, number one, portion control, and number two, where this excess calories in your diet will be coming from. Because although we speak of animal food as being protein, we have to recognize that there are some cuts of meat or some forms of animal food that carries a lot of fat. And in fact, many of them have more fat than they have protein. So strictly speaking, there should be more fat foods rather than protein foods. So we have to know, our foods a little bit and how to cut and prepare our foods. Right, from a personal perspective, and I think this is good advice for other persons. When we use a pork leg, Caribbean people like to roast it and then they have all the fat very crisp and so on to eat. But when we remove all the fat, we still want our pork to taste moist, despite the fact that the fat is not there. So the moist methods of cooking, especially if we use a sauce like our sweet and sour sauce, that brings up the flavor without adding additional fat to it. I like a nice chow mein where the pieces are cut up fairly small, and then you incorporate your vegetables. So for persons who don't like vegetables, when you add that to your cooking dish, that is very tasty as well. I've always purchased pork, but I've always looked for very lean cut pieces. The problem I had is that my family enjoys pork chops. And the chops that I was getting, you would be buying these big chunks of pork chop with a lot of waste, a lot of fat on it. So you're paying money, for parts of it that you're going to throw in the garbage. So I had stopped buying pork chops and just bought the smaller lean pork that I would use in my chow mein or my sweet and sour pork and so on. However, recently I just happened to be in the supermarket and glanced at a package of this pork. Nicely packaged, looked very colorful, it attracted my eyes. But as I got close, I noticed that it was really lean, and I thought, well, here are some people who are considering the public. They're actually removing the waste so that you have to don't pay for that waste. And so I bought it, and lo and behold, it was quite tasty. Okay, cooking my usual methods, it was quite moist. I enjoyed it considerably, and so from now on, this is what I do. I buy, I'm not promoting any product, but I must admit, that this particular product called the Copperwood was very desirable, and I continue to use it. For persons who wish additional information about my training program and my various materials, my books and so on the market, then they can go to jamaicanutrition.com, www.jamaicanutrition.com. And they'll be able to contact me. My email address is patriciat@cwjamaica.com.